Hey everyone, hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for clicking on the link. My name is Alan Miles. We are here to go through the 5 secrets to success. I want to keep this presentation as short as possible, as no doubt you've got a busy life to get back to, but I want to make sure it's as full of value as possible. A little bit about me. My name is Alan Miles. I'm the owner of Team Miles Elite Coaching. This business was built based on my own journey. I've maintained my weight loss of over 110 pounds for 11 years now. And it's been a slog of a journey. There's been a lot to learn. There's been a lot of lessons I've had to learn along the way, lots of things I've had to correct. And from that success, I've been blessed to be able to help a lot of people. And the last couple of years alone, we've helped over 4,000 people learn how to achieve their goals, and most importantly, maintain them so that they can go and enjoy the rest of their life. So I'm a dad to 5 beautiful children, all of them under 12, husband to my wonderful wife Becky, and a busy entrepreneur. So I understand the struggles that you guys have that are watching this right now. And as we go through this, I'm going to be typing a bit on this Google Doc because I think it's important to have something in front of you. Appreciate it's quite rudimental. It's not fancy. It's not flashy. But sometimes I think simple is best. I want to convey the information to you and make sure that you've got things to take away from this to really bring clarity to everything for you. So before I get into the first thing, which is, as the screen says, removing willpower from every day-to-day decision, I just want you to be aware that on this page there's lots of client testimonials. There's a couple of videos for you to look at after you've watched this one. There's before and after pictures, there's text message screenshots, Facebook screenshots, all kinds of stuff to look at. There's also the opportunity that if once you've watched this video, which is about 10 minutes long, if once you've watched this video you go, I need more. Like, I want some clarity on something. I want to talk to somebody. I want to book a call to discuss how this can be made something long-term for me straight away, because I don't quite understand how to implement it. I understand what I need to do, but I don't understand how to implement it. There's the opportunity for you to book time in my calendar below. And if you aren't ready to book a call, but you do have a few questions and you want to chat to somebody, click chat now. Both of these things are below this video, and they're all the way through the testimonials as well. Come and talk to somebody. It won't be a robot. It will be a real person that talks back to you, so you'll get a proper answer. You might very well get an automated message to start with if somebody isn't available. But as soon as somebody's free to talk, we will come and we will talk to you in person and answer your questions. At the end of the day, I believe in helping people as much as possible. Value up front is my philosophy, and I really hope you take something away from this which is really beneficial. So to get started, like removing willpower from everyday decisions, this is secret number 1. So many people come to me and they say, like, I wish I could achieve it. You've done such a great job with your own weight loss. I just don't have the willpower. I've never got any willpower. It gets to the end of the day and all my willpower is gone and I give up and I just eat a load of stuff that I shouldn't eat. And the thing is, the fundamental problem with this is people are using willpower incorrectly. Like, willpower is something that should empower you to be able to hit a goal. This should not be something that is used every day. This is not something that should be used in every decision. This is something that should be used in small doses, really intensely. So kind of like running the 100 meters. If you were sprinting the 100 meters, you would put all of your effort into that, every ounce. That's the equivalent to willpower. You wouldn't go on a 5-mile hike and try and sprint the whole thing. Like, you'd pace yourself. And everyday life needs to be paced. Everyday life needs to have a set of rules that you work by. And I don't mean rules as in restrictions. I mean rules as in guidelines. Imagine going bowling and having the bumpers up. No more gutter ball. No more balls rolling in the gutter. You're always going to hit something. That's how you want to set yourself up. You want to remove as many burdens and as many things that get in the way as absolutely possible. You want to remove temptations. You want to have an understanding of the foods that you're going to eat. Not necessarily the exact food, but things that you consider to be in this moment acceptable. For me, I'm a big believer in, I'll touch on it in a little bit, but no food should be off limit, but it's about how we combine these foods. It's about understanding how do we make sure that whatever our goal is and our belief, it aligns with the action we're taking. If your goal is to, I want to lose 30 pounds in the next 3 to 4 months, and health and well-being are at the heart of what I do, well, you need to understand that your actions have to align with that. You can't then go and eat takeaway pizza 4 nights out of 7. Those goals and those actions don't align. And I think most people get that, but the area in which people struggle is actually with the willpower. It's understanding that, look, you have to have a plan, like plan a to-do list, give yourself an ability, like a list of things to work by, like plan on for a worst case scenario. Like, how do you manage these situations? Know what your Achilles heel is. If you are somebody who struggles with peer pressure, have a plan in place. You're going out with friends, already say to yourself, I'm going to cut myself off at this point. I'm not going to do anything beyond that, no matter how much peer pressure I get. And I'm going to convey that to my friends because I need their support. And it's those kind of things, it's those kind of adjustments that start to create new habits. At first, it can be tricky. At first, it requires a bit of effort. And you maybe will have to use a little bit of willpower to get started. But you won't be going all through your day constantly using all of your willpower up, because it's quite simple now that you play by these rules. This is your game that you created, playing them by your rules. Willpower is no longer needed because you just have to make a decision inside of the parameters you set. If you find once you've set these parameters, you're still not seeing the results that you want, then you go back, you review your parameters, like your barriers, and you make the adjustments to move forward. It's really, really straightforward, remembering your belief and your goals have to align with your actions, and your actions have to align with your goals and your beliefs. These things all have to work in perfect harmony. And if you're not seeing the results that you want to see, this is one of the first areas I would look. Do you have a rule book to play by? Are you making sure that whatever your goal is aligns with your action? Because sometimes people will be blinded by the short-term situation, like in the moment, versus the longer term achieving your goal. The next thing that we want to look at is being able to eat any food and achieve your results. So for me, one of the biggest bugbears with diets is that they're restrictive. A lot of diets, they remove food groups. So they'll remove carbs, or they'll lower fats ridiculously. Some of them even remove protein. And it's about, some of them just remove food completely and you just have liquid. So it's about understanding, to me, these things aren't sustainable. Sustainability has to be at the heart of what you're doing. And things that are important to you have to be at the heart of what you're doing. The food that I personally eat might not be a good fit for you. Why would you want to eat the food I eat if you don't like it? The food that any famous celebrity eats, why would you want to eat that if you don't like it? Because it can help you lose weight. So does starving yourself. So does eating balls of cotton wool. So does running 5 miles every day. But it doesn't necessarily mean you want to do those things either. It's about understanding there's a million different ways to lose weight. The last thing you need to do is remove foods from your life that you enjoy. Remove moments from your life that you enjoy, because whether we like to admit it or not, food and drink, they play a fundamental role inside of society and inside of family life. And yes, it would be great if it didn't, but it does. So we might as well embrace the things that are important to you, your partner, your children, your parents or your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your extended family, because the sooner we can all get on the same page with it, and the sooner you can create something that works for you, the sooner you can start to enjoy your life and still achieve the results, because you're still going to be making sure that your goals and your actions are aligning. So that means you can still eat pizza. It doesn't mean that you can eat 3, but it means you can still eat pizza. And then we go through the process of offset. The offset principle is something that's very, very important. The offset principle is something that allows you to be able to enjoy any food at all, and still see the result, because calories don't know when the day ends and the day begins. It's a myth that you can't eat after 6 o'clock. It's a myth that you shouldn't eat carbs in the evening. There's these things there, they're ideas that have been created from half truths. Like, we can eat whatever food we want, whenever we want it, And the long-term effect, if we have set ourselves up correctly, will be that we achieve our goal. It's about understanding we're trying to create trends. We're not trying to create an overnight success. We're trying to create a trend that allows you to see results. Now, in 1 month, in 4 months, in 6 months, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years' time, that hard work that you put in at the beginning to lose that weight is still paying off 20 years' time. That to me is the goal. I am waiting for my clients to come back to me 20 years' time to say, hey, Alan, I'm still the same weight. I've lost the weight and I've kept it off for the rest of my life. That is what we're looking for. That's what I'm working towards with my clients. That's what I want you to work towards. So the next thing we need to look at once we understand the offset principle is emotions around food. So everyone who struggles to lose weight generally has problems with food and emotion. So eating when they're excited, eating when they're sad, eating when they're stressed, turning to food in the wrong way. There being good food and bad food, all these kind of things. And we need to address these things, and not necessarily, it's very difficult to completely remove this as a problem. And I suffer with emotional eating and have done most of my life because it's drilled into you, into the neural pathways at a very young age. A lot of the time, if you trace this back, it will go back to a very, very young age where this habit first cemented itself, which makes it very tricky to completely remove it. So it becomes about understanding, how do I manage it? How do I make sure that it doesn't cause a problem? How do I make sure that it doesn't stop me from achieving my goals? And these are the things that we need to be aware of and we need to think about when we're logical, so that when these moments come around, we understand what's happening. We understand that we're going to check in with ourselves. We're going to ask ourselves how we're doing. We're going to have a glass of water to give ourselves a bit of time. We can put time into the equation. It allows us to start to make a more rational thought. And then if we are hungry, we go and eat. And if it's a case of we go and eat something which we consider to be not optimal, so not in line with our goal, okay, that's no problem. We're going to pull in the offset principle and we're going to allow ourselves to make the adjustments needed so that we stay on track. We isolate the moment, we focus on the next step, we make the adjustment so that we can continue to stay on track, so that we don't end any day feeling like a failure anymore. We don't end any day feeling like I can't do it, because you can do it, and thousands of people are doing it. The key is knowing how to make the adjustments, is knowing that when a problem comes up and we turn to food, how do we start to change that sequence? How do we start to break those things up? The first thing and the most basic thing, and there's not enough time right now to go through all of it, but if we inject time into that moment, well, all of a sudden we give our conscious mind a chance to think and break it down and understand that maybe that isn't actually what we want in that moment. I want to give you the keys to the car. I want to take you from being in the passenger seat. I want to give you some of the tips and tricks that I use and my clients use. Take yourself from the passenger seat, walk around, get in that driver's seat, and you finally be in control of the car. You're finally going to be able to drive yourself forward and understand how to be able to move yourself to the goal. Next secret, how to get abundant energy. And this is something which I absolutely love. This is a process called priming. Tony Robbins is an absolute master at this kind of stuff. And this is a process that I learned from him. Priming is something that's been around for centuries. It's been studied. And basically priming in its most basic form is suggestive thought. It's where we take one initial thought and we start to influence it with another. So there's been lots of studies completed. So there was a study done in 2008 where 2 test groups of people were put into a lift, one at a time, and they were given a cup of coffee. Half the group had a warm coffee, the other group had a cold coffee. When they got to the top, they were given a short interview and asked to read some text and explain the likely personality of the person they were reading about. All of the people with hot coffee said that this person was happier, was probably a nice person. And the people with the cold coffee all of them said the person was likely to be unhappy and not as much of a nice person. It's those kind of things. Suggestion is very, very powerful. So what we want to do is we want to take that, we want to bottle it up, and we want to find a way to harness it. So one of the ways to do that is through a process called priming. And this is a morning routine that we do. It takes about 10 minutes. And this is something that you can Google, you can look this up, and that you'll find loads more information on this. But this is something that I think it's important sometimes to understand, that you don't have to be the creator of everything for it to be good. Like, I love to give my clients and people who come and talk to me about stuff, I love to give them the things that I do. I'm not trying to recreate the wheel. I'm just trying to smooth the edges. I'm just trying to make it that much better for everybody else. Priming is a fantastic tool. Ultimately, we need to sit down first of all. We're in a powerful position, and then we're going to start doing some breathing. You can take some deep breaths in and out, 3 sets of 30. And then we're going to do some heart breathing. We're going to put our hand on our heart and we're going to feel our heart breathing. And we're going to take some deep, powerful breaths in and out. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to start to practice some gratitude. Okay, so gratitude in the sense of we're going to think of 3 memories in our life that we are so happy about. Like the best 3 memories in our life. So it might be the moment one of your children were born, when you got married, when you met the love of your life, when you bought your first house, when you went on holiday to a tropical island, whatever it was. I want you to really go back to that moment. Just spend a minute or so there, but feel that feeling. Every feeling that you started to feel when you were really there. And you need to concentrate the first few times because your mind starts to wander. You need to bring yourself back. You need to really focus on this moment. And then what I would like you to do, and something that works great, is on the 3rd memory, use something really simple. Something like the feeling of sun touching your skin, the sound of a storm, the feeling of wind on your face when you're down at the beach, whatever it is to you, something really simple so that you don't get too tied up in the big moments in life. You learn to appreciate the small moments as well. Then what we start to do is we visualize, okay, and we send out love. And inside of love, this is the moment when you think of the people that are important to you and you imagine giving them some love. So Tony Robbins talks about it being like an energy source. I imagine it personally to be like a ball of yellow or blue light. And I imagine that going to the people I love. And I just think for a moment, again, this is a 3-minute exercise. So right now we're 5 minutes in, maybe 6. And you imagine this love going to these people and them feeling it being absorbed by them. So you're already starting to really fill your heart up. You're thinking of fantastic memories. So the suggestive thought is already starting to take hold. So you did the breathing to calm yourself down and get yourself focused in. The gratitude starts to make you feel certain feelings of happiness and love and enjoyment for life. The love, make sure that you're protecting the people that you know are important to you. And then the next thing is, and the final thing is, we focus on our goals. Okay, so 3 goals that we're really working towards. We repeat that visualization process and we think about our goals. What is it going to feel like achieving that goal? How are you going to feel? How is it going to impact others? How amazing is this going to feel when you achieve these goals? Feel it all. Like, bring it to life, make it real. And then I want you to open your eyes and I want you to start the day. Doing this first thing in the morning, making 10 minutes, even if you have to get up 10 minutes early, find somewhere fairly quiet in your house, even if you've got to sit on the toilet with the door shut for 10 minutes, do it. I promise you, this is going to change your energy level. This is going to change how you approach and attack life. And this absolutely is one of the biggest keys to being able to get boundless energy. Before we start looking at things like nutrition and hacking and biohacking and all that kind of stuff, which obviously has a place, this is something, the mind is a powerful tool. We have to be able to harness the mind. So this is something that is an absolute game changer for people. The next thing that I want to look at, and I'm conscious of time, I said I'd try and keep it under 10 minutes. I think we're going to overrun it, but just passionate about getting the information out to you. The lifetime framework. This is the secret sauce to my program. So this is something that has been made from blood, sweat, and tears. This is how we make sure we keep the weight off. And you know what? This starts day one. Day one, the lifetime framework starts. because how you plan to live your life is how you need to lose the weight. You have to start as you mean to go on. Do not put the cart in front of the horse. The horse has to lead the way. You have to lead the way. You have to do the work. However it is that you want to live your life, you have to find a way to make that work so that you can start to lose weight. You have to create the consistent habits. That then allows you, when you get to your goal weight, to increase to a maintenance level, and you continue to live that way. So this whole process should never feel like you're dieting. It should never feel like you're living someone else's life. This should be your life, your way, with your goals. The lifetime framework is something that without doubt has changed more lives inside of my program than any one single thing, because it allows you to work to achieve your goal and then enjoy it. It's so important. So many people are miserable when they're dieting. They're so miserable when they're getting up and doing 2 hours of crazy exercise until they blow their knee. Like, they're so tired of eating tiny meals, being starving hungry, sat on the sofa falling asleep at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening because their body has got no energy. The lifetime framework allows you to enjoy your life forever, and it allows you to keep the results that you've got. The simple thing: start day one as you mean to go on. Set up a sustainable program with sustainable exercise, with sustainable food, and that is how you get to your goal. And it's also important to understand, you need to know about your motivations. Why are you doing this? Everyone talks about their why, but your motivators are important. Why are you doing this? What is the bigger reason? What is the bigger picture? What does it mean if you don't achieve this? Think of this. How does achieving your goal change other people? How does it impact other people? What does it now allow you to become? How is this going to benefit your life in more than just, oh, I'll lose weight and I'll be a bit fitter? How else does this benefit you by achieving your goal? Because tying these things into your mind is incredibly important. If you can attach emotion to your goals, that will embed itself into your subconscious, and it will allow it to remain at the forefront of your mind. Drilling your goals every day is so, so important. And the final thing, just to wrap up, is how to see results in 7 days. Take action. Take messy action. I want you to take what you've learned here. I want you to take all of the notes that you've written down, and I want you to action them right now. Like right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you have 5 minutes, right now. Just do something right now. What's stopping you from doing it now? Oh, well, I don't have the time. Oh, well, it's difficult because I've got the kids to take care of. I've got 5 kids. I run 3 businesses. I know what it's like to have no time and lots of kids to look after. You have to take action now. You have to live in the moment. You have to take messy, messy action. And as you get better at taking the action, you then start to refine the action. But doing something is so much better than doing nothing. Nobody is looking for perfection. If you are being perfect, you are either not setting a big enough goal because you're achieving it too easily, or if you're striving for perfection, you're just looking for a path to misery, because everyone fails at some point. You're going to experience a challenge. You're going to experience the diet calendar and the different seasons that this journey is going to present you. And it's important to understand that it's okay to fail at points, because the thing that separates somebody who wants their goal at a 7 versus somebody who wants their goal at a 10 is the fact that they stand back up. The person who wants it as a 10, they stand back up, they dust themselves off, and they go again and again and again, and they don't stop until they get where they want to go. You need to have a plan. You need to make sure that your goals, your beliefs, and your actions, they all align. You need to make sure you start as you mean to go on. You need to do something along the lines of priming in order to get that abundant energy going first thing in the morning, and which is going to carry you through the day. You need to make sure that you're considering things like the offset principle and your emotions around food. And most importantly, guys, you have to take action. Like everybody on this page, all of these comments of people, all of these before and after pictures, the videos that you're going to watch after this, all of this stuff It happened because people took action. Don't try and be perfect, guys. Just be you. Focus on being you and taking action today. If you want more information on this, or if you would like to talk to me about how you can make this a sustainable change for you, if you've got the tools now, but you're still not quite sure how to put the pieces of this jigsaw puzzle together, I encourage you to book a call. My diary fills up very quickly, so I have limited spaces. Please be sure to click the calendar now, book a call in. You're going to get an email reminder that will take you to another page, and there will be some different content over there for you to look at and start to get your head around. The call is a short call, anything from 10 to 15 minutes, absolute maximum time 30 to 40 minutes. I want to show you how to create your blueprint. If coaching seems like a good option for you, then obviously we will explore that option. If you just need a little bit of a pointer and pointed in the right direction, that's exactly what we're here to do. At the end of the day, I really hope it comes across that I care so much about helping people. Like, value and getting people on the right path are the things that I feel so empowered to do. Please, please, please use the resources that are available here. Book a call, chat with us now live on Facebook. If you click the button, that will take you there. I hope this has been useful to you guys. I will be showing up in your emails. There'll be a copy of this video sent to you so that you can watch it again. And I will see you all soon. Take care, guys.